The saga continues of me analyzing so many things. I'm ranting uncontrollably in the Hall of Fame section where I have to put a picture and then I can rant. I have to put a picture, then I can rant. Alright. So, it's sort of triggered by Mr. Beast. Sort of making me make one of the most vile things, vile shots at Jack's films there ever was. You know, we're comparing a person who shows up every day, check out trendy TikToks, it's like, thank you very much, you know. But that's ugly and poor. But Jack's films showing up twice a week, if we're lucky, to read fan mail type of comments with inside jokes that most of them you're not gonna understand or pay attention to. That's fucking genius, bro. He's so amazing. He has so much reputation to be able to tell us what is good content or bad content. I mean, holy moly, bro. Unfortunately, I have reputation, and my reputation is growing. How, you might ask? Well, do I have friends, guys? Am I not being called a crazy person? Right? Just so people can ignore me, they have to call me names to ignore me. They have to define me some way to please themselves, to shut me down. They have to do this, the same thing that would happen in real life if I showed that I'm in stress mode, right? Like, they just give me two things. First of all, they put me in a threatening position of like, they're always gonna be, you know, monitoring every single move I make. If I say something stupid, if I lash out, if I even get like heated up and angry, I mean, holy shit. Stray Jacket just jumped from one square to a closer square, you know, because, not because I'm wrong, it's because I talk to wrong people who don't give a fuck. They just want to, you know, throw legal shit at me. So there's, and a normal person is going to be like, well, you need a doctor, you need therapy, you need medication. They throw these things that they don't work, bro. You gotta chill out, bro. You gotta relax. You're throwing things that just like it's a placebo, right? It's just something that you can throw for your own sake. Normally, placebo works simply because you're receiving something. We're acting, basically. That's the placebo. It's just the act of like a doctor gave you something and we're both relieved that something is going to happen somehow. And it's like, we're done in exchange. We just acted out as if doctor pretends to care. I pretend to get healed by this magical fucking nonsense. Right? But for me, I'm a little bit smarter than that. I don't need to fucking waste time on this shit. You know, on acting on this baby game. Where I'll just really ask for this placebo effect. Sometimes it's not placebo. Sometimes they really fucking hate you. So they're just like trying to shut your brain down. Trying to stab you with medication instead and call it vaccination and something like is actually good for you, and you should not fucking argue with that or it's misinformation and you get banned from the internet. It just never fucking stops, doesn't it? They just keep twisting and twisting and twisting, and the World Wide Web turns into World Wide Web of lies and deception and destruction and traps. You know, only spiders can survive and navigate the stupid fucking web, bro. It's fucking scary, bro. I'm sitting here, I'm terrified. What rewind, bro? What rewind am I able to shit out of my system right now? When, you know, when the stress hits me, it will steal one day, second day, the other day, next day, day after that it will steal. And the only reason why I upload videos in the first place is to keep my sanity alive. When the world around me burns down super fast. All right, and the only hope I have is that this is not a downwards trend. This is just a flip. We cross God, and God is like, wait, you humbled yourself against me. You have, you know, lowered your reputation, lowered your expectations, collected a lot of problems in your life. I mean, God is going to be really happy to see you, you know, halfway into quicksand. You know, it's like, oh, look at you. Now we can talk. Like, God wants to just like sit here and be like, well, you're gonna like really love talking to me because I'm like 100 times more powerful person than you are. So like, you don't have to sit down anymore. You're halfway down quicksand. You know, it's amazing for God. God is going to be super happy that you're deep down in shit, in bullshit that everyone is throwing around, basically. God is not going to be happy with me. It's like, you better fucking watch out, not fucking release those demons from those gates, you know, that you're controlling. And I'm like, sure, it's my responsibility. I like to be an asshole sometimes and spawn some oblivion gates, but hey, I'm not going to be an asshole and open the gates because, again, the threat is on me as well. You know, I'm the first target, as I've explained, of what it's like to be a gatekeeper. And we're just like phasing into that. I'm slowly realizing my role. I'm not like fully mastering that shit. Because it sort of feels new. It sort of feels like something different. Here we go. There's a dude who wants to come from the dead. You don't have to travel into space to burn in the sun, in the flames of the sun. The only thing you have to do is just stare at the sun and all the world will disappear. You know, eventually. Just stare at the sun, bro, for long enough. Just try and type messages every 30 seconds. It was actually quite fucking relaxing when that was the case. Without me knowing that slow mode is enabled. But you know what else is enabled? Assholes. This wasn't here before. I wasn't like stopping people to, you know. Not enter here if they're duct taped. If they're not welcome. You know. If they have lost reputation. It's so painful, bro. But every single person is different, and everyone is so cool when they're different, you know. It's just like, well, you're still in college, you stopped a little bit of gaming up, like started realizing shit is getting more and more real, you know. But still, like, these sort of people who have never tasted real life, they will never fucking understand the pain and suffering that you get as a graduation gift, basically. You know, we had witches, basically. We had a witch infiltrating my Discord channel. And obviously, the next big thing is just like, you know, some other demon is trying to escape the prison. And it's like, what the fuck, bro? I was like, you're not even mature enough to escape anything to bother me. You don't even have tools. You just have a little bit of respect that you're like young person and have a whole life ahead of you that I could, you know, take over, you know, take from your hands slowly and surely. Because you might not have any friends, any real connections. It doesn't seem like it, you know. You could just employ that and talk to them over here. Collect that bit of reputation. That way. That extra thing that you just want to spend. You just want to like, when will my eyes start melting as I look into the sun, bro? What a crazy cool idea that is, right? Yeah, the intended stuff was 30 minutes. I thought that was the font is so fucking small you can't fucking tell which one is hour, which one is minutes, bro. So I confused myself a little bit too much. It's a little bit embarrassing. But the intended time limit here is 30 minutes. So, I mean, he exposed a flaw in the system. That's cool, I guess. You know, that's all I got. Just a flaw. A flaw after flaw. He just holds on to the flaw because that's like technically the male nature, right? But if you overly male, if there's nothing else you can contribute, just like expose one flaw or a couple of flaws, or at least expose one flaw and question the other flaw, which are not really big ones. All right, when I see exploitation when it's blatant, like I'll be able to shut it down. I don't have to have a perfect game, so to speak. I can let some rats loose if I wanted to. But like, I just have to keep the gate closed in general. It's a lesson to learn. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be a fucking asshole about it. It's a lesson to learn, but now this is a whack-a-mole moment. And hopefully he knows not to make new accounts and try to like circumnavigate. Eventually I unban everyone, you know, at some point in time. Eventually I do that. Because I'm not worried if someone actually is a real human being. But that's the problem, you know, real human being. If I'm being attacked by like bots and stuff, now it's something I can't defend myself from anyways. It's too complicated. But while we have real human beings, I just unban, and you have to care again. Like, wake up one day and be like, I should check out if I'm unbanned from Gurunext server, bro. Like, you have to actually do that. And you build something, you know, you set something from the past. You did something, you have cleaned your name. You can start new, I guess. So that's cool. Hopefully you don't get detected of like, oh, I remember that person was kicked out. Maybe don't remind me of that. But yeah, like, thanks for the little improvement here and there. 2 tiny improvements. And plus a glitch, basically. Of like someone burning into the sun. The heat of the sun. Because they found an exploit that they probably should have just stayed away from, but they really wanted to talk to me for some reason. I'm like really fucking cool person somehow. You know, I'm not sure how big this guy is and how big his future is. He knows how to type with a keyboard. That's pretty fucking good, you know. But besides that, like, I haven't seen a value or a sort of agreement on anything. And all of a sudden, this guy comes back to, like, ruin my day again. Because he can, you know, he just found freedom and he wants to exploit freedom. And that's his way of life, right? He will level up once he finds enough exploits of freedom. So I'm like, well, I have to deny you that pleasure. You know, because it doesn't seem like you're giving me anything valuable in this case. Like, I just can't let you graduate that easily, unfortunately. Also, you're not getting much resources by hanging around right now when you're wasting YouTube rewinds. The most precious thing that would actually elevate me into being able to be rewarded in the first place. So you don't even know what the fuck's going on. You know, like, clearly. Just disrespect to the max because it's a young person and is capable of affording that. A young American little fuck, basically. That's what it feels like. There's not much more than that. But yet, he disrupted even this video. Like, I was not supposed to talk about some fucking loser. And I wasn't supposed to talk about stuff on my Sunshine place. Like, if you're not meant to be somewhere, like, you can brute force yourself in and turn it into entertainment, and it's like pretend that you're winning something, that you did something, but like, I will pick up my gun and just shoot you in the fucking face. You're just gonna disappear forever, and you will then not have enough reputation to come back from the dead, like Taylor Swift showcased. You know, you can't come back from the dead somehow. I don't know, but please don't do that. It's pointless. You know, it's a waste of time right now. He didn't find a hook to hold on to, but like now we have to show you guys the whole spiel of like how you don't want to talk to people, you know, like a witch or like a clown. I'm just clowning around. That guy makes me less racist. This guy, holy shit, bro. This is pathetic. I don't like being a predator. I want to be free. I want freedom, though. You're like anti-freedom. I will say freedom a bunch of times because that's something like we're gonna build towards, right? But like, if you don't respect me, like you don't care about my comforts, you don't care if I want to build your freedom, to allow you to be free. You don't care about that. If I'm able to allow you to be free, you know, you're just gonna get a taste of freedom and you'll ask for more and you will actually not give me anything in return. That's not fair on my part. I give you freedom. Freedom is something that is a resource. You get a playground, you get stuff to do, you get to communicate with me. You know, you get all these privileges, but you don't actually, like, pay me anything valuable, anything that I appreciate, anything that I would like and enjoy. You make me uncomfortable of, like, why the fuck am I giving you freedom? Why do you deserve that shit? Most people, most YouTubers are distancing themselves from the scum of the earth because they don't want to interact with and put themselves in this position, you know, because they can't like highlight it. They don't have the guts to highlight all the fucking crap that happens when you allow stupid people to speak and demand things from you, you know. And for him, it's like he was brainwashed to think that freedom is something fairly cheap and something that has to be provided to you fairly easily. But all of this takes effort. All of this, you cannot just sit back and enjoy the flood of freedom. You know, you can fuck this person, you can go fight this person, you can go eat this burger, blah, blah, blah. The first thing first, you're going to be asked to pay money. But sometimes things are going to get really expensive, and there's a way to circumvent that. The housing crisis, I haven't heard of that. I just heard old people dying in their rooms alone. You know, there's no housing crisis. There's just old people dying in their homes. All right? And someone's going to take that room and just occupy it. You know, some family member is going to be like, oh, you died? Oh, okay. You know, now I live here. Heartless. Completely heartless. You have the opportunity to talk to these old people and express your problems. They're everywhere, bro. It's not a big fucking deal to find one. You can help them so many ways. But I don't hear that as a solution, right? You know, like we had baby boomers, they're getting older and older. They own things. That is the problem of ignoring them. You know, like you just want to keep on buying things. You want to keep on doing the same thing that the older generation did. And it's like, it sounds stupid to me. More and more. But here you go. Here you go. A privilege for freedom. You gotta earn that shit. And it's a very scary video when you fucking start to realize you have to earn that shit. And I'm trying to make some freedom. I'm trying to build something. I'm trying to, you know, this button game, this innocent fucking button game, it's like, well, that's what it is. It's freedom for me to do anything offline, to summon my girl, bro. As I still have to do. Here you go. Easy. Can you do it? I don't think so, bro. Not that easily. I'm just building tools for myself to be able to enjoy my computer space a little bit more. And I can give that freedom to other people, and I can teach them how to use the program. It's not a big deal if they are, you know, generous about it, if they like it and they give me something in return. It is a big deal if I just have to do it for free to waste my time and patience with them. That's pretty fucking difficult at that point. All right? So, no. Freedom doesn't come first. The first thing that comes is comfort. You spawn into the world and you make yourself comfortable. You build yourself a shelter. You start there. You gather resources. The resources that you will be able to trade with villagers and stuff, instead of just invading their homes. You're lucky in Minecraft, villager doesn't fucking care if you sleep in their bed. You know. But something tells me is just one update away from being not the case anymore. You know, so I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Free expression. I want free expression. I want to vomit on your wall and call it superior art. I'm so fucking powerful, bro. Autistic moment of like, oh, you're anxious that I'm here? Oh, how dare you, bro? Like, you made a Discord server and I have to invade it. I have to take control over it. You know, it's just like, this is a normal thing. I will throw every insult I can fucking find in my pockets. Oh shit, I'm running out of insults, unfortunately. I threw some roleplay, you know, and he's like just defining things. You know, but yeah, it's like, it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work to just shit on me and then pretend that I'll just allow you to exist freely and you'll just like have all the freedom. You're not going to get what you like anymore. You're going to get less and less of that. It's just going to shut down and teach you a lesson of like, you like this thing and you're not going to get it that easily. Simple as that. It's just so fucking simple. Obviously, it teaches lessons beyond the scope of this. And I'm learning all these things and I appreciate everyone's existence is, you know, worthwhile. Anyone's existence, because I ramp up the speed to the max and you're gonna crash into the wall of like, please go away type of wall. You know, like just go away. Enough, right? So you have on a spectrum, you have a witch that just kind of disappears when it's convenient for her, you know, when she doesn't feel appreciated, but she's still very clingy as well. And you have this fucking clown that just, you know, tries his best to show up and show his ego and nobody else's. He doesn't care about me. You know, he just cares about breaking things and doing maximum amount of damage and just flexing his, you know, internet breaking skills that no one will fucking pay for, to be honest, all right? Eventually, like, the hacker type of career space is gonna just be filled in with AI as quickly as possible. All the vulnerabilities, AI is gonna, like, crawl onto you and double check if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing all the time. There's going to be anti-cheat systems, like, all over the place. and you're not gonna see them. But you're just gonna be redirected slowly out of the internet into the coop where the chickens lay eggs. You know, you're just gonna be like transferred to a different location without you even realizing. That's how anti-cheat system usually works. You don't even know when you did the wrong thing until it's too late. Way too late. Way too late to go back and return and escape the chicken coop. You chickened out, you started cheating around. I mean, go away, bro. Just play with the other chickens. You know, go into the mental asylum, the real one. You know, not the one that I was in, because I don't see it that way. I see it as just like an observation, a work, you know, something where all the evil people go all over the place. There's not a good person capable of squeezing themselves in there. You know, but I get paid for it in the end because I did the job. You know, the other ones get paid and they're gonna waste their money. I'm not gonna waste my money. It's more valuable in my hands. Money in different person's hands has different levels of value. You can throw money and it's going to trickle down, multiply. You can do all sorts of things if you know how to use money. If you know how to throw money, it could come back to you, double, fucking spread all over the place, make everyone happy. Buy this guy a ring, buy him attention. He's going to be your friend. Bro, like, boom. He's spending time with you now. And it's like he's generating the money back to you in triple the form. And you're like, now I have passive income and all that shit. Holy fuck, right? With money, you can do just magic tricks beyond your wildest dreams. And a lot of people are trying to like figure out how that works. Which Mr. Beast showed you. Just be nice to people, do nice things to people, and people gonna respond to that. People gonna be uncomfortable even. You know, I explained that shit. Actually, I have to close the windows, like, everyone hears me screaming, so that sucks. Mr. Beast is showing the simplest magic trick of money. Of, like, if you invest into the right place, you get your money back. You know, that's how money is just a magical fucking thing. Just invest into the right place, you're gonna get all of it back. You don't even have to do much work. Just put the money in the right place. It's a gamble. It takes a lot of knowledge to like circumvent the, you know, the risk. But you can do that. It's possible, right? It's possible for minimal amount of people, but it's still possible. All right. Or you can just put everything on red and spin the wheel and be like, okay, my money either is going to double or disappear. That's a very smart move, actually. You know, gambling. Which is technically what Mr. Beast does as well. It just makes people feel like they're gambling, like they're risking all their money. So he plays the villain and the superhero at the same time. Except people hate the superhero part and not the supervillain of, like, promoting lottery over and over, non-stop. People just put a blind eye on that shit, but they love this. They love the evil, but the good, bro, the good part of him, like, doing nice things to other people, like actually nice things that feel real and not just like a piece of entertainment. Oh, that is not allowed on the internet, bro. This, we're gonna fucking rise up and dethrone him, you know, which means that Mr. Beast is just gonna reign power for 4 more years because we're doing the wrong thing ourselves. You know, we're creating drama, we're creating a distraction. Well, Mr. Beast is now protected by our stupidity, basically. Congratulations. He wins the lottery himself, bro. He figured it out. He found that one fucking exploit of throw money in the right place and it will come back. It's just that simple, bro. He figured it out. So, There's more, obviously, but let's keep on digging. There's more. There's nothing left here. All right. Are you dumb? Oh, look, I'm a Kanye fan, and all of a sudden, when people like express their personalities and I have nothing to connect to, I'm like, well, now you're fucked for real, because now you're expressing that you're Kanye fan, that you're playing this one game. I can now identify you. And I'm not a manhunter, or I'm not trying to detect who's like causing trouble and have you came back from the dead or not. Because it's not happening. You know, that it would be weird if I needed to do that. But it's a fun little fucking gag, right? Now you expressed yourself, and I don't like your things, to be honest. And I will try to avoid people like you. I'm okay with Kanye as a person who acts like a crazy person, you know, is labeled like a crazy person. Because I feel, you know, a similar way. But I'm not going to listen to his rap songs, which kind of ruins his reputation in general, because, like, I don't like his music, right? So it fucking sucks. It turns around to bite him in the ass. So I don't like anything about him so far. That's cool. Now he's trying to, like, play games with me, try and make himself comfortable. That's cool. All right. Now becoming more real than ever before in his life, potentially, to a stranger. That fascinating. Eat rice, meat, and bread. And shit, of course. Shit is the most important thing in someone's diet. Eating shit. I think, I understand there's a package of stuff in here, but this sounds like pretty fucking boring to me. All right. Meat, bread, and rice, and no sweets. No candy whatsoever. Not allowed. I'm not into that, actually. Well, you gotta be into that. You gotta be into nice things and all that shit. But he's like, well, I'm actually like a nice guy, and it immediately starts like this joke of like, biased dominator of the universe, handsome, amazing, humble, greatest of all time. And then he cries after realizing, dominator of the universe is misspelled, by the way. You know, like, but I guess that's how life works. Life just spits in your face when you try to say something stupid. It spits back at you like, are you sure you want to type that? Because, like, you're gonna fail anyways. Just life is gonna throw that one little ant out of the way. The one ant is just gonna crawl out, and all of a sudden the whole sentence is just gonna fall apart. It's gonna look pretty fucking stupid. Even though it was supposed to be like a sarcastic joke to boost his self-esteem. But it's just not working out very well. Because that one ant didn't want it to participate, unfortunately. Just walked away. One tiny mistake and all of a sudden, like, everything is falling apart. So, whoops. And I'm sure, but, like, everything is falling apart eventually, even. Because, like, you can keep on building. I destroy things. I see a crack, I'm just like, well, it's not good enough. It's not future-proof anymore. We just, like, have to try again, unfortunately. No one's gonna buy into that. And there's a lot of, like, reality check moments. Even for me, like, I have to survive all this nonsense, and I have to keep on moving forward. So you get to actually see what a successful person has to go through, how much suffering and pain a successful person has to go through to be able to, you know, have success. You'll be able to see every single hour that I, like, expressed myself fully with full force on my channel. And on top of that, there's a hidden fee of anytime YouTube can discover me and delete my channel. So there's a hidden fee, unfortunately. Not only am I putting all the effort, but I have to remember most of my videos. I have to worry that my videos could just disappear, could just turn into a Mandela effect of like, oh, this video existed, not anymore. You know, Mandela, huh? Just change of reality, because internet can do that for you. It can just make you think certain things and make them disappear at the same time. So, whoops. See how if you actually like me to speak, I can be more respectful, slightly more respectful, letting you speak after I kicked your ass, basically. After I shut you down multiple times. Yeah, you're gonna be slightly more respectful. I'm not sure what kind of like unholy powers you need to do that to squeeze a little bit of respect, which I don't even recognize as such, to be honest. Because that was like the last sentence was not really respectful. It's just like, wow, you're the greatest of them all. That's pretty cool. I want to see what you can do now. You know, very interesting advertisement. That doesn't mean that it's not a scam, you know, like it's a nice attempt into advertising something for me. Thank you very much. And I don't ban people for no reason, unfortunately. That would be quite a misplay. All right? You can tell this to anyone on Earth but me. You know, I find hundreds of reasons. And if you ignore that, I am pretty fucking offended. All right? This wouldn't fucking fly. And if this guy was still existing here, you would get a star. An exponentially worse and worse outcome, basically. A worse resolution of our conflict. You're going to be silenced for many, many days to come, so to speak. But at this point, like, so many exploits have been used against me, but I'm like, you're banned. You have nothing to contribute anymore. You have been drained. My sanity has been under attack at the wrong time. November is not the right time. I'm building YouTube Rewind. I'm doing something, like, gigantic over here. And now my, like, sunshine is being invaded. Where I build things, you know. So, I don't think there's any respect left that you can throw at me while being disrespectful at the same time and not caring about anything around you. I mean, it's fair. I understand. It's very difficult for a young person to do. And maybe he'll come back. I just don't want to see this, all right? This identity has to completely disappear, and otherwise I'll just smell it out and we'll make it disappear. You know, it's just that simple. I explained that you caused intense amount of stress, blah, blah, blah. Why am I supposed to care if my worst caused someone stress? Well, stress is something people pay not to have, you know. So you're probably wasting a lot of people's resources and time, and they're not going to be happy about it. All right? They're not going to be happy for you causing them stress. Now, when I talk to people, I don't know if I'm causing someone stress because they don't actually come back at me. They just come back with the hatred, with the pretentiousness that, you know, manipulation of like, you causing me stress. You have to show me. You gotta fucking show me that the stress is happening. That one is very visible. You're like trying to keep up with me and you hate everything I say. You know, that's pretty stressful, I'm not gonna lie. But being in silence, I don't think you're stressing out. I think you're fucking fooling around. There's no proof, right? It's just another accusation, basically. But hey, I haven't received that accusation. Luckily, it's yet to happen. We know that much. So you can see, like, I have to deal with this shit. I have to deal with this shit while I'm making YouTube Rewind. I have to deal with the worst shit imaginable. Well, excuse me, princess. That's not something I'm signing up for. The only time silence gets broken, I was literally making a video, just trying to mind my own business. Someone fucking jumps on board and ruins my day. Again. It's like, that's the only rule of the server, bro. It's the only reason where if you reach the breaking of my day, I have to ruin your day too. There's no other way around. And I have to ruin your day forever. There's no coming back from that. If you don't listen to anything I say, if you don't care about my stress, there's no other way to, like, harm you anymore, to make you more respecting as a person, than just shoot you in the fucking face. You know, like, you don't understand me and my feelings, so we're not gonna talk emotionally. Like, what the fuck's the point, right? You just want to, you know, me to exercise my freedoms, because you like the word freedom so much. Let me show you how it looks like in the middle of your brain, you know, or through your fucking skull. Just slice through your skull. They just have to be stronger. Yeah, and your skull has to be stronger when it gets shot in the fucking... with a bullet. Well, your skull has to be stronger. You know, let's just throw excuses of, like, well, so life has to be just different. Life has to bend over me. If I damage life, I win all the time, you know. Well, life lets you win to see if you're an asshole or not. Well, what you gonna do with that victory? You know, I'll concede on Hearthstone to you, but I want to see what you gonna do with that win. Are you really gonna be proud of it? I friend people like that. I'm like, well, you win in the most fucking ridiculous way imaginable. Are you gonna say something about it? Because it's a very curious moment. And so far, you know, like, no one gets humbled. But are they really? Not? Because the problem is, the internet is the problem. People are not getting humbled, but they're not realizing that they're here. That they're stuck here. What does that mean? To reach the level of, like, being able to use the internet, you gotta make yourself really comfortable and not have any dangers around you. When it comes to, like, YouTube Rewind, I have to say one thing. I should be able to do it. I think I found a very easy way to do it, where you just click buttons, right? You click buttons that do different things that can be clicked in a different way. So, it's a very interesting concept, I would say. Alright? And for every single successful level completed, you're gonna get some stickers of, like, well, here's a person from top 100, you know. At first, I'm even gonna give some honorable stickers, you know, some tutorial level stickers where, like, you're gonna get 100 points of influence reached, and you're gonna receive one sticker, basically. Just to, like, display how much effort it takes for me to get to one person, and you're just gonna get, like, 10% of that experience, or maybe, like, 3%, I don't know. We'll see. But it's really weird how the biggest part of the work is to find the best way to do YouTube Rewinds. The easiest way. Because, like, I have a whole year ahead of me to prepare myself for the next year. I don't have to be ambitious the last fucking month. I already have built something, you know. I've already polished something that I've built, and now I can just finish the work. And I'll be doing that, and it's gonna work out. I see the vision, basically, very clearly. Working out. So, very interesting stuff. Not every triggering message is a fight. Well, you're wasting time. We're fighting for value in time. We're trying to increase the value of all this shit. And also, he doesn't have to message like this, you know, waiting for my response. It does look like a fight. It's looking like back and forth where I don't like this guy, you know, but he likes it for some reason. Something's up, bro. So someone initiated a fight, and even though I don't like it, I don't like this guy enough to accept the challenge. You know, that's how fights get started. All of it is just symbolizing a fight. It's indirect, but a lot of people escalate shit uncontrollably all the time, and they're the dumbest people on earth. All right, who think that escalating something into a fight, it could be entertaining, but generally, it's not worth it. Just like Jack's film's drama was not worth it. For him to just jump in and start a fight with a woman that may be higher caliber in terms of subscribers and showed higher caliber in terms of reaction, you know. When you wanted a reaction content, you got doxxed as a reaction to all the fucking hatred that you throw at her. You know, you just got the easiest bullet in your face of all time. And even YouTubers can do that. And just deal with it. And a lot of critics were like shocked of like, wait, we can get doxxed? I'm like, yeah, she found a magical bullet, unfortunately. It's a very wonderful thing. The landscape of YouTube, the landscape of the internet, if you're sitting here respectful, you have nothing to fear for. You know, you're not going to get kicked in the fucking balls. But if you sit here unrespectfully, thinking that the world has to revolve around you and give things for free, you're just wrong, unfortunately. You know, you're just a privileged fool. Even I, the poorest person, can pay for YouTube Premium because YouTube Premium is a premium experience. Is the thing that I need desperately. You know, to stop thinking about which ad blocker actually works right now. To stop panicking of like, well, I have to submit. I'm like, you win. You win this match, YouTube. I don't respect you for it. I think that's a fucking stupid move, and a lot of people are just gonna give me a reputation when I say, we don't like paying for YouTube, right? We have to rise up again and make it free again and stuff. Like, I'll get a reputation for that, but like, we have to do genuine work. We have to genuinely build something that can rival YouTube and challenge it just enough so they fucking get humbled by all the possibilities and that they can be free somehow. You know, I can see things being free. You just like re-upload videos that already exist on YouTube that are not copyrighted by nature. And you're good. You have a copy of YouTube that anyone can use. You just peel off the ads, remove all the fucking please play Shadow Legends with me and all that shit. Like, fuck off. All right, you peel off all the crap, and AI can do it automatically, basically. Re-upload on a different platform, just peel that shit off. Because apparently YouTube doesn't like when we peel it off using their website, so we just make our own. In fact, that's the move to make. As I'm being frustrated by, you know, the world of internet, and when you step outside of the world of internet, we have different technology ruining real life, which is cars and stuff. You're not supposed to, like, drive around and escape to a different location whenever you feel like it. It's not supposed to be a thing. It's not supposed to be allowed. that much. But people are gonna fade into, you know, electric cars, and they're gonna get busted, basically. Everything is gonna be visible. All the information of what you do in your car is gonna be pretty fucking visible and obvious to most people. They're gonna cut off the sexy part of what you do in cars, but like the speeding, obviously. But the worst thing you can do in cars is spend time and show which locations you like to visit more and how you react to things. Show your personality that way. This on full display. It's the worst thing, you know, like you can get sucked into a technology that doesn't give a fuck about you and also ask for subscriptions nowadays. I mean, this is most of the technology is now trying to be invasive as fuck, bro. As invasive as it can get away with. And because it wants to exist in a certain way, not realizing that there's always a better way to exist for things. But we have been suckered into all this nice stuff that we don't realize that it's not actually nice, is just expensive garbage, basically. It's for dumbass rich people who can just flaunt their money left and right, and this is just a symbolism of flex. This doesn't even make any sense. This picture, bro, like, just have a normal car, bro. Oh, but you really want to flex to whom? Who's gonna care? You gonna care. Your brain wants to, you know, emit the radiation of self-esteem of, like, you have earned money and people have to respect you. It's just a rule, a general rule of, like, people gonna see wow, and that's, like, respect and stuff. And that's just not how things work. You know, they say wow to the car, but not to you. Like, a lot of people start to realize, if they're rich, like, they have all the things that people respect, but the owner of those things is still not being respected. You know, you can have many things and people just gonna see, wow, I want to steal that, I want to take that from you. I'm like, I want to have that one too. You know, the least that can happen. The most that can happen, they're gonna frustrate you into popping your fucking face off the matrix of rich people, and you start flexing your, like, ways to scam people. And all of a sudden, I'm like, that's pretty fucking crazy now. Now it's getting out of control. Now internet is spawning evil creatures to the likes we have never seen before, my friends. You know, billionaires, people who are extremely rich and extremely toxic. They're spawning out of nowhere, bro. And it just feels like an internet fault to me. It feels like we are giving them the platform to exist, to manifest. There are some kind of flaws we're not fixing. We can fix this after the fact, but how are we going to distribute the money? How are we going to heal the damage that has been done, right? To the economy as a whole. These kind of people, not wars destroy economy, but the monstrosities that manifest, that have been allowed to manifest. Because, you know, behind these singular dudes, there's hundreds upon hundreds of pathetic creatures trying to do the same thing and somewhat being successful at it. Hundreds, bro. How do we shut them down? Who is building strategies, the warfare strategies against these fucking fools, to just prevent them from existing? You know, and trying their strategies into success, apparently. And it's like, well, one button I can click to, like, just shut everything down is just like, well, we have to turn it off. This is too much for me. But, I mean, I'm just throwing a sentiment. I will fight, you know. I have nowhere else to go. I have nothing else to do. My button is always on. It's never off. All right? I'm not never turning that shit off. I will fight for this to be turned on because it's my only lifeline. It's my only, you know, hope of, like, purpose in life to turn it on all the time and keep it that way. And hang on to my, inventory of things, which is my software and stuff. You can see how things are just incredibly complicated, and YouTube Rewind is just like sideways, sidetracked in a different compartment, labeled open only when I'm happy, when I'm actually like happy, and I don't have to like vomit out all the bad emotions desperately, trying to like heal myself afterwards. I vomit out all the poison and I'm like, I want to heal now. It's this fucking painful, bro. So we approached this Web3 thing where I talked about technology being invasive and asking you for money. Well, one solution to that, which is a very easy solution, build your own website. No, it has nothing to do with Bitcoin and blockchain, because the definition of that is to be more independent, to own more things. On Web2, you own your identity to some extent. You can build your profile to some extent. But the best way to build your profile is eventually to own the entire website that you reside in. You're going to show off your videos, your pictures, all the things in one place. People are starting to realize they need everything in one place. They can't just link things all over the place. They just have to have it in one place for themselves. They have to build their websites. A lot of people have built their websites eventually. They're just like, fuck, I need everything in one place. That's Web3. It's once you realize what people need the most. What is the next step to improve their lifestyle? What is the breakthrough moment in the internet? I know this. I don't hear anyone say anything about this. It's just like, we have to be independent, decentralized from the government. We have to escape, find freedom. All this shit is bullshit. Find freedom desperately. You're going to find freedom naturally, bro. You don't need to search for it under the rug. You don't need to find the best shit coin, that's going to explode into infinity. You just have to participate on the internet respectfully, and you will find the need for Web3, and you will know exactly what that is. But I have to say it out loud. Oh wait, to 100 people. It's still pretty fucking loud, I'm not gonna lie. When it comes out, like, as a context. It's not an explanation, it's just part of the context now. Excuse me. It's not a separate video explaining what a Web3 is, because nobody fucking watches that shit either, unfortunately. No one cares about my explanations. No one thinks I have reputation. I can't build that. It's very difficult. I have to throw visual cues at people. And I'm like, I figure out what Wall of Fame is, and I'm like, wow, I put a picture and now I can talk about stuff because, like, someone made a picture of it. Holy shit, now I can rant even harder than ever before. Using pictures, it's a lot easier to just, use a picture as a metaphor for something. Or a direct representation of something. So fucking easy, bro. And then you obviously have women, they're kind of like dormant, they're not doing much. They don't seem to bother with the internet right now. Or be repulsed by it because it's like a very weird space. It's not working out very well. Like, you're not being treated as nicely as you thought you would be treated on the internet. On Instagram, it feels like, well, it's a nice space. You go to a different sort of location and you're like, fuck, internet is cringe. I don't want to be here. People are pretty fucking stupid and aggressive. Or just, male toxicities everywhere. And it's like, maybe that's why feminism was invented. Maybe women are trying to resist this in so many different ways instead of head on. solving the problem head on. They just don't see the opening just yet. But I see it happening very soon. Women just realizing that they don't have to be just sluts on the internet, because that's pretty fucking cringe. There's better ways to interact with people on the internet. There's better things to do. There's ways to accumulate power. You know. And I'll be contributing. I'll be simping for these kind of women who realize those things. I'll contribute to that. Because for me, that's fun. That's funny business. I have to pull them and bounce them off myself. Or just track the progress. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to me, to be honest. It's a mysterious thing every single day. So I touched on Omegle because, like, fuck, that's a very interesting website. It's very mysterious because I haven't used it, you know, and I was repelled by it. It's almost like a sacred women's space that has been destroyed, you know, has been sacrificed. But it's like, well, you can see a bunch of strangers and talk to strangers, and you're not forced to talk to the stranger, and you don't lose reputation, and that's kind of like what everything hinges at. If we want to build our profiles, if we want to even consider Web3 existing, there has to be a number attached to a person that doesn't count for subscriber count or, you know, or any sort of other monetary or just valuable thing besides reputation, right? A special number where you know how much reputation you have. What does that mean? Well, you don't get privileges if your reputation is low, if you have tried to be very toxic on the platform. You know, I am toxic to toxic people. I'm fighting back. You know, you vomit on me, I'm like, fucking, let's get it all out. You know, let's squeeze that motherfucker till it's all dry in there. You know, whether you die or not, it's not up to me. You know, you drank a bottle of poison and you want to, like, survive. It's lucky if you do. I'm just doing my job. Killing demons, boys, whenever I feel like it. You know, the only entertaining part about my life of being edgy as fuck is that I'm next to the gates of hell. I can kill as many demons as I want. I can just enter and start fucking hacking and slashing, bro, an RPG of real life. It's not a fucking big deal for me. I have entertainment right there. Being on the edge of the existence in general. There's plenty of demons. They just never stop coming, bro. All right, which is why I have some stupid girl showing up and throwing the word threat. Threat is a very not cool word, and it's like, well, but what you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about threats? You know, you're gonna threaten me back of, like, I will report you, actually. I'll do bad things to you now. But that's a much bigger threat. You know, your threats have also scalability. And you can find a tiny threat and scale it up out of proportion. But you did that tiny thing, tiny sliver of a thing. I found it, guys. I found a needle in a haystack. And I cared about it so much because threats are very important for me. You know, and so I'm like, well, we love threats now. Where do we go next? You know, we love it. If you focus on something for too long, you're going to start loving it, bro. So where do we go next from here, from a threat? What kind of actions can we perform to, you know, damage your brain just a little bit more? Because I like where this is going, you know. Unfortunately, I hate this. I hate the whole process of just fighting with demons, because they die very easily, bro. You know, they get stabbed very quickly. They get intoxicated by death, by the feeling of death, bro. Of like, what a release. And more demons show up. It's like you offered them death and it's like they just fucking gobble it up. Like there's no tomorrow, bro. There's no need for tomorrow anymore. So I'm like, shit. There's only so long that where I can enjoy slaying demons. At some point, it becomes pretty fucking stupid experience. It's kind of like the only hope they have to, like, impress me. And I'm like, where the fuck did you get all this power? In the demon world. In the world where you just, like, eat each other apart in hopes to survive another day. In hopes to, like, get a realization that, yes, you eat demons, but the end result is survival. It's like, another day has passed. Congratulations. Good job. You know, someone's going to be grateful for you if you just learn human language. If your survivability is close enough to a human form, you know. This is the shit that I deal with, bro. And the final boss, the celebrity worlds, if I do my job properly, I get rewarded, right? It's pretty cool. But some people just skip to the final boss of like, well, fuck it, you know. Life is too short. I gotta fight the final boss when I'm like 20 years old, am I right? I spawned and like, my parents told me to become a doctor when I'm 20 years old. Let's fucking go, boys. Or just get a girlfriend, get a wife when I'm 20 years old. And I'm just like, well, slow down, bro. I haven't had a girlfriend yet. We haven't, like, distributed resources properly, I don't think. I haven't even, like, started. And yet I get to see people die upon the final boss, you know. So some people want to go to hell and some people want to go to heaven, which still means death. You know, it's the same fucking thing. You try to talk to God, you try to ask God for nice things, and the God is gonna be like, well, all right, let's fight final boss. All right, let's see if you deserve that nice thing. You know, final boss is just more and more responsibility. You're being tested more and more and more. You running on a faster and faster treadmill, and it's like you can keep up to some extent. You're gonna feel like the rush and the ability to like keep up with the god, and you're going to be like, wow, this is amazing. I can actually do all these things. But the final goal might slip through your hands. Like it's fun to like try and keep up with the god himself. It's almost like every video I make is me doing that, you know, is me switching the light switch, you know. Every time I turn on recording, I switch and I get to cross God. I don't really get to like fight the final boss. I just like enjoy making a video. I enjoy making a switch. And I get hit really hard by this shit. That's the dopamine, boys. Unfortunately. And obviously things vibrate more or less. It's like the giant humanity vibration cycle. So for me, switching is not really that crazy, but the switch is very extreme. All right, I go from completely silent to completely like dead serious about something. Dead fucking serious. Because I gotta do this. I gotta live this life. You know, with all the responsibilities in there. I mean, it seems pretty awful, but I simply don't see much choice, right? Nothing is like manifesting that I can like deal with. I'm not asking for trouble necessarily. I'm okay with what's going on. And I'm sort of happy right now, you know, because I'm realizing things as well. But like how hard I hit through that wall. You know, how much responsibility God just given on my shoulders just by default, you know, while I was accumulating my rewards. Because the the longer I spend on the edge, the more rewarding it is to like be close to a higher power. A power that, you know, appreciates you and is giving you things. And the most valuable thing right now in terms of the internet is knowledge, is ability to know what is valuable, you know, in the first place. It's a very funny thing to say. The most valuable thing is to know what's valuable. And I have to say it out loud, actually. Most valuable thing right now is to know what's valuable. It's very simple. And all you have to do is just stay active. You don't have to be ridiculously active. You don't have to keep up with everyone else. You're just doing things at your own pace. But for me, I just like, I'm too slow, bro. I'm too slow doing my thing. Even though I hold the crown and everything, and just feels very slow because... Or the world is falling apart and all the fake shit is all collapsing now. Slowly and surely. It can't keep up, unfortunately. Because if you make a lot of fake shit, if you have a mansion, now you have a lot of responsibilities. Financial responsibilities. Your mansion might go up in price because you can't let it go. You know, you're not going to try and sell it. But once you start trying to sell something, I mean, the whole thing can just start collapsing. When people try and give up property to get rid of like a curse or something, get rid of a fear of like some properties are going to be taxed. If you have a second property, it's going to be taxed very heavily, bro. How about that? That would be a big fear. Or like depreciating assets. People would be fearful of like having those. In economy, the economy is very simple when you simplify it. If you have something that's getting lower and lower in value, it's pretty sad. And a lot of people have bought a lot of homes simply because they sort of grow in value. They're like very valuable things in general. It's something you can invest into and not feel like you lost something. But who knows? Who knows how long this bubble is going to stay like that? Where it's valuable to hold assets like that. And it's not going to like destroy your reputation for you have homes. You know, you have free space. You can share that shit with other people. I know it's very difficult to do, but it should be possible, you know? It should be something, a skill that a rich person should be able to have, or be able to employ someone to have that skill. To accommodate people into the empty space that you own should be fucking doable, all right? And people need that. And if you don't respond to people's needs, you're not a rich person, you are scam. You're a big fat scam. Disrespectful. You have resources that other people need. You don't have to give money directly. You know, you got to give things you're not using, however. All right? And if you see like money's leaking out into the future where you're not going to even spend all the money that you have, that's a fucking big problem, unfortunately. That is also very disrespectful. This is where being rich is just painfully annoying. It's a painful headache for me to deal with. This is the sort of level of creatures I get to rip apart. They think they're rich and powerful, and I just cut them in half. You know, slice them in half, and it's very satisfying when I kill my final boss of the day, you know, when one day just shows up and I'm like, fuck, maybe of the week, of the month. Some are bigger than others, obviously. But holy shit, you know, I happen to be able to go toe-to-toe with these creatures. And I'm pretty glad, you know, just like I can go toe-to-toe with high-level celebrities that I appreciate, and I'm like, well, this is the end. I got the good feelings. I have to like wrap it up. This is the best way to do it. you know, lovable creatures versus the fucking disgusting ones. And that's the good and evil that never ends, it seems like. Same goes here, you know, like, it just pains me so much. Returns an error. Your comment has been deleted by YouTube. Which part of the comment was offensive? We'll never know. We'll never tell you. You'll have to figure that out by brute force. Now, it's equality, it's fair because everyone gets punished the same fucking way, but just the punishment alone probably shouldn't be, like, obscured and not explained in any way, because then the punishment stacks upon itself. You know, if you just, like, punish people and you don't give a reason why you're punishing people, that just stacks all over the place. That just becomes your, like, uncontrollable emotional bullshit, basically. And even though this is like a system error, you know, of things getting deleted because, well, it might be too offensive, but it's still a very insecure position to take. We can't even explain which part you don't like about my comment. Let me fix that. Let me be a better person. You know, let me educate myself. But no, I'm scared of drama, though. I will make YouTube Rewind disappear because drama exists, and drama is really bad. Fucking educate yourself. Try and keep up. This is why I become YouTube authority by default. I'm like, I can kick their ass, too. I can kick their ass. I can slice in half those kind of people, too. YouTube authorities, bro. Their ego is no match for me, apparently. You know. So I'm like, well, I'll occupy that space too. Not that difficult. It's just who's gonna flap their mouth the most. Gonna be the president of the United States, even. You know, it's just that easy. Except you have to dress nice, look nice, and not offend too many people, which is pretty fucking hard to do, so I don't want to do that one. President of the United States? Also not my country. That fucking sucks. Alright? I'm just got sucked into a different country, but when it comes to the internet, it's free for all. It's not a fucking American invention, bro. It's not an American occupation in general. So, I'm just saying, bro. And, so we jailed the clown. The clown better not fucking show up anymore. With a clown suit that looks like demon clown. I mean, holy shit, bro. This is the scariest one of like, but this demon is entertaining though. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I wanna like, I'm okay with him existing, but I'm not okay. But I'm like, he's doing backflips and it's like cool. And he might dodge a bullet or two, but he will not dodge this fucking sword, which is so sad. And it's just like, bruh, half demon and half entertainment is the fucking, you know, it tears me apart to tear this guy apart. Because he's young and he's like, he's picking up some powerful moves, but they're still detrimental to his well-being, unfortunately. So, I would love to have a critic this powerful as I am. It's impossible. It's just deadly silence all over the place. But yeah. And obviously he had to say one thing that I have to like capture. The finale, obviously, is not relevant, actually. I refuse to pay. Could I get slow mode removed? I refuse to pay. Cool. I mean, I have to get something in return for your freedom. I'm just reminding you that's that thing. Yeah. Nerd City? The audacity, bro. Which city do you like? Audacity, bro. So Oh, COVID isolation? No, that's not what we're looking for. You will never fuck Ari, bro. Oh, that's so cute. Because there's a very simple trick that happens. Is like, yeah, probably not in public, so that everyone knows, you know. But maybe I'll do that with Taylor, though. Should have said that about Taylor, because that would have actually destroyed my dreams, actually. So that sucks. That's a part of the most disgusting, vile dream. But like, why not? You know, why not have one of those? You will never get to Ariana Grande because that's impossible, guys. But it's like, well, cool. First of all, Justin Bieber said never say never, so you can't see that one. So if you never said that, I mean, never say never. Because that one can be deleted. That one word, the never word, can easily be deleted. And it's like, well, you're not implying that it's impossible, right? To reach celebrity status for a random broski, you know? You think it's impossible? Well, that sucks. You know, that's a world I wouldn't want to live in, to be honest, where there's just like impossible things when a celebrity is just a human being, by the way. It's like human, it's just like me, you know. You should be able to relate to that level, at least. It's a good place to start, you know. I'm not relating to Ari at the human level anymore. You know, I'm keeping up. Maybe I'm even the leader of her life right now as we speak. Who knows what the fuck's going on? It's very hard to, you know, keep up on me keeping up with things, you know, and observe myself from a bird's eye view of like what's going on, or in a worldwide view. It's impossible for me to tell, but I feel like I'm running a little bit faster than a lot of celebrities nowadays, you know, and I'm running across deserts and like icy terrain, like really brutal terrain, because I'm going for a goal. I found something to, you know, chase after, something really powerful that has been lost, you know, a very special moment in life, you know, has been sacrificed to the gatekeeper of the world. So I'm like, I'll pick that shit up. This is very interesting. And so YouTube Rewind is not canceled. Hopefully. Hopefully the demons not gonna fucking break through the gates. Because that would be fucking, you know, disappointing. Of like, shit, I have work to do and try and like keep my gatekeeper job intact. You know, the gates are breaking. There's a lot of things that I don't like are happening. Hopefully women can just like show up and start fixing things and healing things and flipping the script a little bit. Hopefully, you know, I just have to survive this period of like a couple of weeks, and then I get to rest, and we transition into that new era, basically. So that's all I have to do. Just push through it. This is the most intense period. I'm prepared for it. I ain't a fucking Iron Man, unfortunately, and I don't have tens of Iron Man suits, but I can put up a fight. All right. So Demon Clown dismissed, destroyed, and never say never, bitch. All right. Because maybe I won't fuck Ari, but you're gonna get butt fucked plenty of times, you know. So I'll pick my poison. Thank you very much. I'll decide. I have the ability in my hands. like everyone else. They can tell their story, they can exist in a particular way. Anyone can do what I'm doing. And just doing things accumulates. Just having a purpose allows you to fly around, have superpowers. It's like you have a goal, you have something to live for. That's the most valuable thing in life. Meaning of life is the most valuable thing. You know, what is the meaning of life? Exactly. Make your own fucking stupid meaning of life. Find it. It's not impossible, but it's so valuable that it's very difficult, rightfully so. So good luck with that. Bye-bye.